यस सर।
सबसे पहला चीज कि ये एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट किताब है अ रूम ऑफ वंस ओन, जो वर्जीनिया वुल्फ की है। लेकिन उस किताब पर बात करने से पहले या वर्जीनिया वुल्फ के उस वर्क पर बात करने से पहले, इट इज हाईली सिग्निफिकेंट कि वी मस्ट नो हु वाज वर्जीनिया वुल्फ। वाज शी अ क्रिटिक, वाज शी अ नॉवेलिस्ट, या वाज शी अ क्रिटिक एज वेल एज नॉवेलिस्ट? तो आप देखेंगे कि क्रिटिसिज्म में ऐसा वर्जीनिया वुल्फ का कोई बहुत बड़ा नाम नहीं है, लेकिन वर्जीनिया वुल्फ अपने में एक बड़ी हस्ती है, ये हमें माइंड मेकअप करना चाहिए। कि वो 20वीं सेंचुरी का जब आप फेमिनिज्म की बात करते हैं, तो उस दौर में फेमिनिज्म को जिसने एक आधार दिया, यू कैन से, वह उसका एक वर्क है अ रूम ऑफ वंस ओन। बट बिफोर कमिंग ऑन अ रूम ऑफ वंस ओन, we have to go with certain points. Before coming on a room of one's own, we have to go with the basic points. और वो जो बेसिक पॉइंट्स है, उसपे एक पॉइंट ये रहा है कि अ रूम ऑफ वंस ओन की जो राइटर वर्जीनिया वुल्फ है, शी हैज अ रिवोल्यूशनरी थॉट। शी वाज वेरी कॉन्शियस अबाउट हर राइट्स एंड अबाउट द राइट्स ऑफ वुमेन। मेरे दोनों चीजों को समझिएगा कि शी हैज अ revolutionary thought. I would not like to say कि she was a path maker, but she was a lady who broke some, you can say, tradition, yeah, some rules, some norms that was based on patriarchy, that has given value, but it was invaluable. Try to understand कि वर्जीनिया वुल्फ जिस दौर में आती है, वो 20वीं सेंचुरी की इंग्लैंड को रिप्रेजेंट करती है। और वो भी 20वीं सेंचुरी का इंग्लैंड जब वर्ल्ड वार चल रहा है, फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार है, सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वार है, उनके साथ यू विल सी हु, उनके साथ यू विल कम टू नो, और यू विल सी अ वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट नॉवेलिस्ट, दैट वाज जेम्स जॉयस। जेम्स जॉयस who has written the portrait of the artist as a young man, another novel Ulysses. But here the question is that why in the syllabus you find Virginia Woolf? You find Virginia Woolf not only as a feminist writer, not only as a as an activist who stood in favor of feminism, not only a female figure who used her pen to raise the voices of women. No, not at all. I think in my view, she was an activist. She was a well-known novelist. She was a very, you can say, a feminist critic, and also a lady who believes in her identity, who thinks about her role. Try to understand. When you talk about this lady, always a point comes, and that is what the role of a woman. She talks about the role of a woman. This is why she has written a very beautiful book, A Room of One's Own. Is there any room for a wife? Is there any room for a mother? Is there any room for a girl? Is there any room for a daughter? Is there any room for a sister? So, a room of one's own, the particular work probably gives the clue, yeah, it gives the signal what is the space of a woman in the society as a wife, as a daughter, as mother, as sister, you can say in any other form. So when you come to know about these points, remember that a very significant point which we have to go, that is what, just try to see her role as a novelist, as a critic, and as an activist. Then I will command a room of one's own, not in today's class, but in the next class. After sending you the sheet, especially uh, William Golding ka novel Lord and the Flies and A Room of One's Own. When I talk about this lady, you will come to know that she became the voice of 20th century women. She became the voice of 20th century women because the society where men play significant role and women were not greeted or welcomed as a writer. That time, to maintain her identity as woman and as well as a feminist critic and give challenge to patriarchy was not an easy task. Give challenge to patriarchy. Because when you talk about, you find Henry James, you find William James, you find James Joyce, you find E.M. Foster, you find D.H. Lawrence, you find H.G. Wells' Time Machine, you find George Orwell. These novelists you have heard about, these novelists you have heard, you have gone, you have read in MA previous and final. Just I want to know only one point. Did you get any female novelist? When you talk about any female novelist in 20th century, one of the most popular novelists was only and only Virginia Woolf, who worked equally, who worked equally, who is in syllabus and who goes with these writers, who goes with these writers. Why? This is why I'm talking, this is why I'm discussing about this novelist as well as critic. My objective is not in today's class to give you any information, to give you any data. If she was born in this year, she died, yes, she belongs to this era or this period. My objective is only to explore the situation in which she came out, in which she emerged, and in which she started to write. And she got name, fame, raised the voices of the women. She was much conscious about her identity. She was much conscious about her rights, RIGHTS. She was much conscious about the these women whom she represented. Even you can just see she was unmarried throughout life. She didn't marry. That was another thing. The people can say she wanted to be an epitome of feminist world. Such a word can be, people would like to use. But the thing is that if anyone is breaking the established norms, the norms that is invaluable, the norms which is not fruitful, norms which are against women, norms which create hurdle, norms which create obstacle or produce hindrance in our way, or produce hindrance in our way, especially in the way of women. If anyone challenged such a norm, then the person who created that norm, they stood against that woman or that man. Even you can take the example in 21st century or the last decade of the 20th century, there was a very prominent poet Kamla Das, and what she did, she wrote her autobiography, My Story. She has written a very beautiful poem and introduction in which she tells her condition, in what way she was brought up, she married, and how she was treated. She was said to wear this, behave like this, don't peep throughout the window, don't go either and either. So many bandishes, so many bandishes. So I'm not just miss. I don't want to tell you about any feministic approach. Ki what is feminism? How do you understand feminism? What's your opinion about women or feministic world? No, not at all. My objective is only to tell about this great figure because that time she came uh, and expressed her views boldly just to check the invaluable norm. And you will come to know there was a group, Bloomsbury Group, if you remember, and it was established in 1905. 1905 में ब्लूम्सबरी ग्रुप established हुआ था. And when you talk about this group, you will come to know in this group, this lady played a very significant role. Some other notable figures, key figures were associated with this group, and among those figures, E.M. Foster was a leading personality. It means that Edward Morgan Foster, who wrote Maurice, Edward Morgan Foster, who wrote A Passage to India, he also got the membership of this group. Artists were associated with this group, novelists were associated with this group, and some thinkers, critics were associated with this group. And in framing this group, in uh, laying down the foundation of this group, this lady played a very vital role. She played a very prominent role, a very significant role. So, what I said, don't take this lady only as a novelist. Don't take this lady only as a critic, but try to understand when you talk about this lady, you come to know in what way in 21st, not in early 20th century, not in 21st century, in early 20th century, when literature was in the hand of men, when literature was only the voice of men, when literature was glorifying patriarchy, when there was no women novelists, yeah, when there was no, you can say, any prominent figure who can write against the patriarchy. That time, she wrote a very good, notable, and you can say relevant piece of literature, that is A Room of One's Own. About A Room of One's Own, I will tell you tomorrow, but in today's class, just I want to tell you the situation, the condition, in what way it was written, and how did it become, how did it become the voice of women. I'm not saying in this work you find pain, stain, trauma, agony, the causes of the marginalization of women, the causes of them abusing, the causes of ultimately you can say the suppression. No, you don't find these things. But what you find, he, what a woman thinks. If in the entire world there is only space for men, if the whole world is made only for men, only for male, is there any space for women or not? Being a wife, what she thinks, and being a wife, what is what the space she has in the heart of her husband? That is a very important question. Being a daughter, what the space she has in the heart of her father? Being a sister, what the space she has in the heart of her brother? That's the important point which has been discussed in a room of one's own. It not only talks about the rights of women, it not only uh, invokes them, but it also recalls how the women had been treated in the past, how the women had been seen, how the women had been presented, and in what situation women were framed, in what situation women were portrayed. If anyone writes about women, you will come to know hardly you will find two, three, four, five novelists. He, women wrote about women by using her own voice. What did I say? He, women wrote about women by using her voice. Otherwise, you will come to know the most of the women have been presented by using male spectacle. Male wrote about women. Male presented the psyche of women. You can take any novel of Hardy and you find that whether this is Mayor of Castor Bridge, whether this is Far from the Madding Crowd, whether this is you can say, if I talk about Face of the New Uber Wild, what the piece of literature you pick up, you find only and only one thing. You find only and only one thing. And what is that? Women in the novel are presented. Women in the novel are presented. But women have been seen, women have been presented through male glasses. Women have been seen, women have been presented through male glasses. But this lady, this woman, this writer broke this down. She presented the psyche, the feelings, emotions, जज्बात, ख्याल इजहार या इजहार ख्याल, whatever the word you like to use, how being a woman, she became the voice of women. What women think, what the dream they have, what they want. These things have been presented by this particular writer. These things have been presented by this particular lady. Now, other point is that when you go, when I go, when we talk, when we think, one of the most and basic point is in what situation she was brought up. It was the second decade of the 20th century when all over the world there was humdrum, chaotic situation, when there was the dropping of the bomb, when there was the cloud of the Second World War, doubt all over the side, and the people were expecting now any time any casualty can happen with anyone. And you come to know the literature, whether that is the work of George Orwell, Animal Farm, whether you find a passage to India, whether you go H.G. Wells' Time Machine, you see that in these novels, trauma, pain, stain, World War experiences, post-World War experiences, the horrible situation of war, and how the British had treated Indian colonialism, imperialism, these concepts we find. But not a single piece of literature talks about women. Undoubtedly, we must talk about war, its negative impact. We also talk about how the Britishers put their colony, how the Britishers treated Indians. But the question is that in the early 20th century, do you find any fine piece of literature, any beautiful piece of literature that talks about the rights of women? Then you find no, not at all. There is only one, and who is that? Virginia Woolf. She wrote A Room of One's Own. Other point is that 20th century was famous for the revival of poetry and drama because in Romantic age and in Victorian age we find the downfall of drama. Even a critic said that with the death of tradition, poetry will die. But in 20th century, you find the revival of drama and poetry, and the credit goes to T.S. Eliot, especially to revive poetry and poetic plays. W. B. Yeats, G. M. Hopkins, uh, W. H. Auden, Philip Larkin, these were the well-known poets who played significant roles. Except them, you find war poetry, you find Georgian poetry, you find Edwardian poetry, you find poetry between two world wars. All these things you find. But the point is that when you go, yeah, when you find, number one point is when you go with these points, yeah, when you see, then the question is that uh, how do you find the depiction of women in the poetry of 20th century? Do you find the presence of women, especially if you take only uh, the wasteland? You find Madame Sosostris, you find Typist Girl, you find some women were kidnapped, raped, abused, such a type of culture, brutality with women, violence against women. These things you find. Even in the wasteland, I'm telling you. Either you find women of sophisticated culture who uses soda water to take a bath. Even you find some women passing time in the hotel late night when the hotel is about to close. They say good night, good night, good night, sweet babies, good night. If you remember these lines, you can just see. But if you go with the poem of W. B. Yeats, in that poem Leda and God, you also find lust, passion, physical beauty. No women in an ideal form has been presented. I didn't find any poem in which women has been seen as a good wife, as a mother, as a caretaker. No, not at all. In the poetry of 20th because I had taken 20th century drama, 20th century poetry, 20th century uh, novel. So I'm not saying that I have specialization, but I can see when I did my PG in 2002 from University of Allahabad, frankly, I can say whatever I studied that time I was not much mature, and that time I was not able to understand what is gender studies and what is feminism. But with the passage of time, when I passionately involved into gender studies, whenever I take any piece of literature, I just try to find out the role of women, how the women has been depicted, how the women has been portrayed. Even if you take another poem, that is a prayer for my daughter, by whom? By W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats is praying to Almighty God, my daughter should be like this, my daughter should be like that, she should have what a strong character, uh, she should be equipped with goodness, virtue, morality, uplifting of soul, uplifting of character, yeah, building of character. But my question is, why not any poet try to see these characters in his son? Why not there is any poem, a prayer to my son? Yeah, a prayer for my son. Why do we expect that these characters should come only in our daughter? Why do we think? The same thing. Do you find any poem in 20th century where any person talks that these characters should be built up, these characters should come in our son also? You come to know, no, not at all. I didn't find. Now, in this crucial situation, why, what was the reason? I expected that perhaps sons, men or male, if I use these words, they have license that their character is good, they have morality, they have goodness, they have virtue, they don't need any type of certificate. They got this certificate from divine Almighty God. ऐसा लगता है कि शायद ये 20वीं शताब्दी की भी मेंटेलिटी रही होगी. नाउ अब मेंटेलिटी बदल रही है 21st सेंचुरी में. नाउ यू फाइंड है धारावाहिक अगले जन्म में बिटिया की हो. अभी नहीं होता कि अगले जन्म में बेटवा की हो. यू फाइंड बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ. यू फाइंड कन्या भ्रूण हत्या अपराध है. यू फाइंड एक बेटी को शिक्षित करने का मतलब कई जनरेशन को शिक्षित करना. दिस स्लोगन्स यू फाइंड अच्छी अच्छी बातें होती है. बट when you see कि I feel that these things are only on paper. Most of the things have changed. Now the fathers are very concerned. लेकिन आज भी कुछ ना कुछ दकियानूसी सासू माता की तरफ से, परिवार में और लोगों की तरफ से, इवन if the husband is concerned, फिर भी उसको someone you can say कि post, someone always tease, pass comment, ओ हो बिटिया है, ऐसा तमाम सारी चीजें. But what I want to say कि when you go with these things, already I told you about the novel of that era कि how do you see the how the women has been depicted, whether you go the Jarvel Khan novel, whether you take one important figure that was D.H. Lawrence. D.H. Lawrence gave a very important position to women in his novels, Sunshine Lovers, Women in Love, The Rainbow, Kangaroo, Lady Chatterley's Lover. But वही क्वेश्चन आता है, how the women has been depicted, how the women has been presented, how the women has been directed. You will come to know when there is a sexual relationship between men and women. You find that, especially in the novels of D.S. Lawrence, a very passionate kind of woman, a very passionate kind of woman who has hunger, who has thirst, who has sexual desire, one who is breaking the norm. अब सवाल उठता है कि जिस इंग्लैंड में इतनी आजादी तो अभी नहीं थी जैसा कि लॉरेंस ने प्रेजेंट किया है. आई डोंट नो, इवन आई हैव टेकन लॉरेंस, आई हैव रेड द रेनबो, आई हैव रेड द वीमेन इन लव, बट वही क्वेश्चन है कि as the women have been presented in the novel, do you see such freedom? Were they availing? Were such freedom given to them? I think we don't know that. And why do we find a passionate woman? The same thing which we see in the works of T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland, Typist Girl. You find uh, another girl that was Madame Sosostris, and a woman who is sitting in the pub restaurant just wasting time. There is a talk on triple issue, how to pass time, no serious engaging. So such a thing you see. वही चीज है कि how the women have been presented. Now in the drama में कुछ बेहतर. You find Raina, you find Luca, you find Candida, you find Mrs. Warren's profession, and in the family reunion, you find Agatha, you find Mary. Mary is not a good character, she is in waiting list. But some changes you find in drama. But the biggest change you find in the work of Hope, the biggest change you find in the work of Virginia Woolf, the voice of 20th century women who raised, who talked about their identity, their rights, and also maintained her own. Here, I would like to tell you how they have given their position, how the things have been presented, how do you see, how you can just see. So you just come to know her novel, Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse, Sirigulias, A Room of One's Own, जिस पर हमें बात करनी है. But what I want to say, when you go with these points, uh, Mrs. Dalloway, I think you have to know, To the Lighthouse, you have to know. You find that there is a expectation, there is a hope, something about women, their voices, but A Room of One's Own, that's a matchless piece of literature, a unique piece of literature about which I will talk tomorrow. And first, I would like to send some points, some matters. So this was the situation in which she was brought up. Yeah, she started to write. She became an icon. She raised the voices of the marginalized section of the society. This is we find. So uh, just I only told you some significant पॉइंट जो मेरी नजर में जरूरी था कि उस सिचुएशन को अगर हम डिस्कस कर लेते हैं वर्क पे अगर मैं केवल इंफॉर्मेशन भेज दूंगा तब भी आप उसको समझ सकते हैं तो डोंट टेक इट कि इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल क्लास यहाँ पे स्मॉल क्लास का नहीं है लेकिन उस सिचुएशन को उस चीजों को प्रोसेस करना दैट वाज हाईली सिग्निफिकेंट तो आई विल जस्ट सेंड यू थोड़ी देर में वो पॉइंट में भेजूंगा उसे देख लीजिएगा अगर कोई दिक्कत होगी तो मुझे बताइएगा कल भी क्लास रहेगी मॉर्निंग में और आई होप कि क्लास आपकी मॉर्निंग में 11 AM या उसके बाद मैं मैसेज करूंगा मैसेज में डालूंगा